Have you ever wondered if astrology applies to cats? The answer is yes. Yes, it does. Okay, so astrology does apply to cats. If you are a cat owner or are interested in adopting a cat, you need to watch this video because in here I'm going to go over all the 12 signs. Alright, this video is if you have a Cancer cat. Have you ever wondered why your cat is so moody? Like, what is it about your cat that makes him so changeable? You might have a Cancer cat. Cats born between June 21st and July 22nd would be a Cancer cat. So what is that like? What are the characteristics of Cancer cats? Well, you're going to notice that most people will think of Cancer cats as very sweet and affectionate and cuddly, and all of that is true. Like, always. Like, if you have a cat that you've had for years and they're a Cancer cat, they're going to be amazing, affectionate, loving cats to you. To you, because they know you. But the thing you have to understand about Cancer, no matter whether it's human or cat, is that it constantly seeks safety. Okay? Safety in emotion and safety in physicality, in physical space. So a Cancer cat is going to, at first, not be very cuddly. In fact, Cancer cats have like this duality to them, just like humans do, where they are first protective, like they are super guarded. A Cancer cat will be very guarded. They'll avoid eye contact with you. They will need to smell you. They'll kind of like sniff you out. Cancer cats are very highly intuitive, and they use that intuition to kind of tell how much of a threat you are. Because to the world, a Cancer cat sees a lot of threats, okay? Especially these big, tall, humanoid people, that tower over them. So at first, they're gonna have to just be on guard. But after a Cancer cat understands that you're for them, that you are helping them, feeding them, caring for them, playing with them, that you are their family, then all of a sudden they can let their guard down, because the beauty of Cancer is actually when that guard is down. That when that guard is down, they will be affectionate. They will be very cuddly. They will be nurturing. Cancer cats have an ability to heal you. Literally, their purrs will heal you. A Cancer cat is the best version of itself in the home space. Okay. Cancer cats are highly domestic as well, so you can have a Cancer cat at home and trust that he or she will probably be happy in the home. A Cancer cat will also be a natural caregiver to a kitten. So let's say you have an older cat that's a Cancer cat, and you're thinking about bringing in a new kitten into the house. A Cancer cat will be a really great match to a kitten, because just like how Cancer humans are really good with children, there is a nostalgia around a kitten that a Cancer cat will remember. Don't be surprised though if that Cancer cat, when you do introduce that kitten, starts to play with the kitten toys and want to eat the kitten food and want to be treated like a kitten, because there is just this the memory of mother, right? By the way, Cancer cats are attached to mom, as kittens, right? They're constantly feeding. They just want mom's milk, right? There's, even if it's like a Cancer moon, and I'll talk about that, but Cancer cats just generally are so attached to mama, and now that you are mama, they're going to be attached to you. They're big. Even if you're a guy like me, it doesn't matter. You are the caregiver, so they're going to be attached to you, which is something to look forward to. Just be careful though, because as much as they love you and everything, it still doesn't change the fact that whenever there's new people coming into your home, whether it be, a child or, other animals, or, maybe you're dating, it's going to take time for that cat to warm up to that new person, that new being. And so just give them space, give them time. Also, Cancer cats need a lot of reaffirmation. They just they need to check in a lot. They need a lot more check-ins from you. It's okay, like soothing pets, right? I love you, baby. Like baby talk to Cancer cats if you feel up to it, because that energy is very much Cancerian. Okay. Another thing too is, because they get so protective, you may actually have issues with them as far as aggression goes. So if they do interact with the cats, they may hiss, they may poof their tails like quite readily, right? They just may be on guard. And it's totally like something that may catch you off guard if you have such a good relationship with your cat, because it's like, who are you? You're never this way at home, right? So you gotta understand that duality of a Cancer. If that cat feels like it's not really a safe environment, they're going to act out. They're going to put up their walls and defenses, and they're gonna, or if they even feel like, you're in danger, they may even feel like they should protect you, because they are protective by nature. They're like the mama bears, right? So just understand that. Also, this might be interesting. Cancer cats are very nosy. They're pretty nosy. So cats in general are very mischievous, and they get into everything, right? But a Cancer cat will do it not out of necessarily like curiosity's sake. It'll be more so like they want to like understand you, and can they be safe with you? Like, what is this environment? Am I safe here? So they're going to be nosy. They're going to go into rooms when you're not there, and they'll just investigate. They're going to search around, and maybe it's not for hunting like an Aries cat would do. Maybe it's just kind of like to see the space and to feel everything out. Cancer cats are very intuitive and empathic, and they feel more than other cats, right? So what does this mean? As an owner, that means that you have to watch your stress levels. You have to watch your energy levels, because if you are stressed out, if you are worried often, if you are under a lot of pressure, or having inner resentments, stuff like that, and you have a Cancer cat, you're not doing your Cancer cat any favors. Okay, you're actually influencing your cat, because your cat will feel what you feel. If they're a Cancer cat, they will just take on that energy. And it may not even be intentional. It's not intentional. That's just how Cancer energy works. Like, it absorbs its environment. So you really have to be responsible for your own energy as the cat owner, and make sure that you're not projecting any of that stuff onto your cat. That when your cat's around and when you're home, you let that stuff go. You embrace and you focus on positive feelings, right? Love, right? Comfort and safety. Projecting that energy around your Cancer cat is going to mean the world to them. It's going to make the whole difference to them. It's going to allow them to open up to you, okay? And this is why Cancer cats are really good for owners who are empathic, right? Owners who are sensitive already, owners who, just have a connection to and a self-awareness to their emotional body. Cancer cats don't do so well with owners who are very science-minded. Well, let me take that back, actually. Because what I find is that people who tend to be very left brain, very science-minded people, are actually drop their guard when they're with animals. Usually a scientist that doesn't believe in any of that spiritual stuff might actually let their heart just kind of open up to its fullest extent with their animals. And so I'll just say this, if you can access that part of you, then a Cancer cat would work for you, and you would work for a Cancer cat. Also keep in mind too that when you have other animals in the house, let's say you have other cats and dogs or whatever, that Cancer cat will probably be defensive of their siblings, right? Their family. So just keep that in mind. Especially when you bring in new people into the house, or if they're getting into fights, your Cancer cat may be a little bit defensive for its favorites. So keep that in mind. Also, Cancer cats are really imaginative. They're really creative, so they do kind of tend to play on their own very well. They tend to be homebodies as well, not necessarily wanting to go outside so much. It depends on other factors. But again, that safety net. They also are good at spotting red flags in human beings. Like, let's say you're single and you're dating, and you bring someone to the house and you have a cat that's a Cancer. They are probably going to be very good at gauging that person's energy. So if the cat like warms up to them pretty quickly, that's probably a good sign. If they really don't like that cat and there's not really any good, if they really don't like that person and there's not really any good explanation for it, you may just want to, not book that second date because they have really good intuition. Also, Cancer cats tend to like old toys. I don't know if I mentioned this already, but they tend to like old toys that they used to play with when they were younger. And so I would recommend that if you have a kitten that is a Cancer, keep their toys, keep the toys that they had as kittens, because they're going to love to play with that once they're older. And I haven't necessarily tried this, but I think this would be a really good idea. Cancer is nostalgic energy, and so they're going to remember the sight of it, the smell of it. It'll bring them right back to kittendom. So definitely try that. What if you have a Cancer rising cat? How does this change things? Well, a Cancer rising cat is going to be a cat that looks very soft, looks very cozy, looks very nurturing. There's going to be a look to this cat of comfortability. Like, you're going to want to just cuddle them. They're going to look very cuddly, and they may actually be very cuddly. Even if this cat is a non-cuddly sign, like let's say Virgo, like maybe you have a Virgo cat that has a Cancer rising, this is gonna look like a cat that likes to cuddle. So that's nice. I personally would really love a Cancer rising cat because I love cuddles. And so if you have a particular breed that is not supposed to be super cuddly, like for example, I have a Bengal and they're not supposed to be super cuddly. Like, they're kind of like cats that kind of like to be around and next to you, but don't necessarily like to be like held often, which, I hate because I want to cuddle with my cats. And so if you have a breed like that and are looking to get a kitten that has a Cancer rising or is a Cancer if possible, because they will likely be more cuddly, right? They'll also be more defensive, depending on how comfortable they are with you, because Cancer definitely changes their guard depending on who you are and how safe you are. It's all about safety, remember that. So, yeah, and some people don't care. If I'm gonna have a cat for me, I'm gonna choose it based off of the assumption that we're gonna be tight, we're gonna be good, So keep that in mind. A Cancer rising cat will also have, they may be more susceptible to illness and catching kind of like colds. If you are kind of that person that's more stressed out or just worried all the time, they will catch illnesses from you. Not saying like that you can pass on viruses to your cat, but more so like if you are wearing yourself out or if you're drained, they're going to be able to feel that, and they're going to be more porous and susceptible to illness because of the environment in the home. So just keep that in mind. It's very similar to like a Pisces rising cat. So yeah, there's that. Also, I'll say this: you want to look at wherever the moon is in your cat's chart if they're a Cancer. Or if they're a Cancer rising, it's going to be helpful too, because wherever the moon is going to tell you more about your cat's kind of experience and place in this life. So, for example, let's say you have a Cancer cat with their moon in the sign of I don't know. Let's do Taurus. No, I used that one already. Let's do Aquarius. Okay, so a Cancer cat with the moon in Aquarius. So this is going to be interesting, right? Because already Cancer and Aquarius they don't really like mesh too well. the energies. And so what's going to be different about your cat is that your cat will be a little bit more detached. So if you have a Cancer cat and you're wondering why aren't they as cuddly as I thought they would be, or why are they a little bit dismissive and aloof? It's because their moon is in Aquarius. Aquarius is very detached emotionally. They are more intellectual, right? So an Aquarius energy, the way that it shows that it cares is by its presence. It's by showing up and being there in the same space as that which it loves. And so just because your Cancer cat is not giving you cuddles, it doesn't mean, let's say that this cat has Cancer, or this cat has Aquarius moon, it doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It doesn't mean that they don't love you. Usually these cats will just hang around next to you, right? They'll just be in your space, but they won't be on your lap or in your arms. They'll be playing around just right next to you. And so that's how the moon sign really does change the Cancer energy and expression, right? Another thing too, if they have an Aquarius moon, is that this cat would definitely be someone that would need more social interaction, right? And so whereas Cancer on its own can kind of be on its own, an Aquarius energy with the moon would mean that it would do better with other animals, probably more than just one other, but in a group situation. So yeah, there's that, as well as the fact that Aquarius is very, intellectual, and so a Cancer cat with an Aquarius moon will probably be smarter, use more of its mental faculties. In this case, this Cancer cat may in fact, just be a little bit more moved, detached. It probably wouldn't take things personally. With an Aquarius moon, it probably wouldn't take things as personal. So this would be a cat that's probably a little bit more easygoing, right? Just more free thinking, more independent, not so clingy, because one of the things that happens with Cancer moon, Cancer rising, is that they do tend to cling. Like I mentioned with the mother energy, they get attached. And so having an Aquarius energy will kind of balance that out so that they can kind of just do their own thing and not be so attached. So depending on how attached you want your cat to be, that may or may not be a good thing. Let's talk about a Cancer moon cat. So I'm lucky enough to have one of my cats with a Cancer moon. So I have Duncan, who is a Leo, but he has a Cancer moon. And I gotta tell you, the Cancer moon cats, they're just so delicious. They're so cuddly. They have a need for affection. What fuels them and fulfills them is the connection, right? The love that you can provide as an owner. When you hold them super close and you pet their little forehead and you just love them, when you send that energy of love, with a Cancer moon cat, you'll actually feel it return back to you. It'll be this kind of this deep little feeling. It's actually really intense because the love that's there, a Cancer moon cat has all the access to that heart space. It's weird talking about it because it's almost as if I'm talking about a person, a human being, but energy is energy and consciousness is consciousness, and Cancer moon cats have even more heightened sensitivity, right? Because the moon is all about intuition and it's that subconscious. So just know that a Cancer moon cat has the potential and capacity to hold a lot of love there. At the same time, it also makes them a little bit more susceptible to being injured, or this is kind of interesting to talk about, but cats can get their feelings hurt, and a Cancer moon cat will take it personally if you do anything that is perceived by that cat to be against them or not safe, right? So let's say you clip their nail, their claw a little bit too close to the wick, and immediately it's like, oh no, you're not safe, and you can feel that Cancer moon sort of like bring up its guard, right, with your cat. And one of the things that's kind of annoying about Cancer moons is that you have to kind of, actually just Cancer in general, is once you have kind of like crossed that safety or kind of blurred the line of safety with them, you have to start all over with building up that trust. and it's just kind of like, you can do it, but it's just like, it's never guaranteed that the trust is there, the safety is there, because you kind of have to keep on reassuring the cat, reassuring the cat like, it's okay baby, I got you, I'm so sorry, daddy's sorry, mommy's sorry. Like I mentioned in a different video, I one time stepped on his tail, felt super bad about that. My cat had to go through medication that was injection form, and he hated that. And so I really like felt bad because I had to I was trying to save his life, but all he felt and all he understood was that I was hurting him. And so it really bothered me because I could feel, this, not resentment, but it was like hurt, like he was hurt that I was doing that to him. And I kind of wish that he would have just felt angry or hissed at me or clawed at me, because at least it would have made me feel like, he's just defending himself, and he's fighting. But to know that I potentially hurt his feelings was so much worse. And that is what it's like having a Cancer moon cat. It's like they have this access to actual feelings and emotions, and it's not simple. It's not simple. Not like an Aries moon, right? And this is why I value Aries energy a lot, because I'm not saying that I don't like this Cancer moon. I love it. It's just you see the different energies and approaches, and you can appreciate each one, because a Cancer moon is going to be a lot more complicated and complex than an Aries moon. They're going to be straightforward, simple, and distill it to the most straightforward answer, right? And so that energy is just very different. And so that's why it takes someone with a little bit more sensitivity and compassion and empathy to really have success with a Cancer moon cat.